Yo, Wendell here with Average Use Slow-Pitch. Today we're bringing out two more of the Tantrum line. We've got the 12-inch loaded Tantrum and the 13-inch balanced Tantrum. We'll go ahead and throw these on the tester here momentarily, see kind of where they start. We'll get about 75-ish swings here on both of them. They probably won't need too many more. Most of the Tantrum tech starts right around 250, so relatively game ready. Just enough swings to kind of open the barrels up, break them in, and get kind of that true performance. As we always do, we're using just Pro-Ms. These are going to be the Razos and the ZNs. No hardcores, no stadiums, nothing like that, no classic M's. And then we're hitting again out here at Dona Ana, New Mexico. This is the one we've got to use pretty much most weekdays, especially in the mornings, simply because our other fields only open currently on the weekends. So based on where we're starting out hitting here, we're about 13 feet, 15 feet, whatever it is behind home plate. So we're playing with basically close to 350 down the lines, 360, and then as you get closer to Power Alley, 380, and then 405, 410, something like that to center. So nice large field, keep a bunch of the balls in, kind of figure out the performance here on these. Then we'll come back, final compression, final thoughts. Let's test our two Tantrums real quick before we throw any swings on them. Up first, we got the 13-inch balanced model. Again, Tantrum tech's pretty much game ready. We're expecting it right around 250 off the jump. And closer to about 260, maybe 265. So a little bit of wiggle room there. See how that one performs. And then the 12-inch loaded Tantrum. Make sure that's straight. There it is. And that one's right at the 250 mark, so pretty much as expected. We'll go ahead and throw swings on both of them. Final thoughts, final compression. Coming off the barrel pretty good, and surprisingly, this is not nearly as soft as the other Tantrum barrel so far. That spot was soft though. No ball mark, but I feel like I caught it a little bit lower. That was like the traditional Tantrum soft. That feels a little heavy. Yeah, there's a definite sweet spot right now because that one came off great compared to the previous one. I mean, it's coming off the barrel good. It's just, you gotta be a soft barrel fan. Like if you're not usually an Easton guy, these longer barrels for me just don't quite do it. I mean, we're about 15 feet behind home, so I mean, it's getting out to, that's 332 plus 15, so that's 47. So we're talking like, it's getting out to 360 on a hop pretty fast. You don't get that same feedback you would from some of the other bats. See though, when you don't catch that sweet spot, the rest of the barrel feels so different. See, like that one, I feel like I caught it good, it just didn't go anywhere. And it felt like, almost like the barrel's giving with how soft it is. That's the right spot. You can just see the difference as it exits. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, so I mean, there's a definite sweet spot pretty much centered up on the barrel where you get a little bit of that stiffer feel, but the rest of it's just real soft, which if somebody's a Tantrum fan, that's normal for this. But I mean, it feels pretty good. It's coming off good for a balanced bat, which for me, I'm not a huge fan of either. I like the extra end load, but let's see how that 12-inch end load, or 12-inch loaded performs. It's jumping off this barrel pretty good. That shorter barrel with the Easton's is definitely better, I feel like. I'd say it's already doing better. It's still a soft barrel, but with it being shorter, you get a little bit better feedback. I think that's what's letting the ball jump off better as well. There it is, crushed. Missile. Did you say that one feels better than the pink one? Oh yeah. Woo! I feel like we'll see where the compression's at, but it's definitely opened up. Like it took 20-30 swings, and now you can tell it's like changing sound and the ball's just jumping off. Well, that was the spot. The ball was murdered. Yeah, I definitely switched the gear towards the end. So, yeah, between the two, the consensus among everybody was the 12-inch just feels better. You get better feedback, jumps off better. Obviously, if end loaded, so that helps a little bit. The balance is still good. It's consistent, but you get some really weird feedbacks on some of the spots on there. We'll talk about it a little bit more in the final thoughts. Let's go get a final compression first. All right, let's go get these bats tested real quick before our lovely New Mexico wind kicks up any worse than it already is. We've got about 75 swings here on each model. Up first, the 13-inch balanced. Should have straightened up there. If I remember correctly, this was right around 260, 265 at the start. Again, all Pro M's that we use out here. And we're sitting right on, maybe just under 240, so kind of right there. Again, Tantrums have never been known to be kind of BP bat, so just something to keep in mind there. And then this one started right at 240, the 12-inch loaded. So we'll kind of, or sorry, right at 250. So we'll see kind of what it's doing here with compression-wise. And this one's sitting right at about 220, slightly above. So there you have it with both of those. We'll talk about it in the final thoughts. All right, and we're swings and velo complete here with the Easton Tantrums. Again, 13-inch balance, 12-inch loaded. And all in all, pretty much feels like any of the Tantrums of the past. They've both got kind of those softer barrels. You've got the softer knobs, which I know a lot of people like. With that though, the longer barrel, 13-inch, and this is kind of agreed amongst everybody, it definitely feels way softer than kind of previous models. There's a definite sweet spot, which is pretty centered up on there, but outside of that, it's honestly super weird feedback. Some of the spots are very, very soft. You almost don't even realize you hit the ball. Other spots, they're still soft, but it's got honestly just a weird feedback in your hands as far as that goes. Now, it performs pretty well. The sweet spot itself is very hot. The rest of it, not nearly as forgiving, but it still performs to the point where you're getting pretty good consistency as far as kind of consistent velo off of the barrel. However, that sweet spot's gonna be your kind of key spot. However, for this dropping down to kind of that 240 range already, slightly under, I would expect it to be a little more opened up. But again, if you're somebody who's been waiting for kind of a good, longer barrel, balanced model, and you are a Tantrum fan, for instance, or the softer barrel fan, this is still gonna be a good bat to have as long as compression doesn't matter to you. Because again, it performs well. Just if you're used to those softer barrels, you're probably used to not getting kind of that traditional kind of feedback, and this may work out well for you. And then the favorite amongst pretty much all three of us out here, the 12-inch loaded. I think typically for the Tantrums, especially the two pieces, the shorter the barrel, kind of the better the bat itself as far as feel and performance. And it was no different here with this one. So pretty much from swing number one, it absolutely jumped off the barrel. Good sound, good feel. There were a couple spots in this barrel, a little soft, as is with the traditional kind of Tantrum feel. But for the most part, that shorter barrel, I think, kept it from getting overly soft, and you still saw pretty good performance. As you saw with Alec, consistently putting that ball easily right there to the left center fence, which again is 340, 350, something like that plus. And so the ball was absolutely kind of jumping off of this again with purely Pro M's as well. Only downside is if you care about testing, this one is already close to 220 now with about 75 swings, but you can easily game this out of the wrapper. And again, if you want to BP it, As we always say, I would BP with 52s, not Pro-Ms. But either way, like I said, if you're a fan of the Tantrums, you're gonna like either of these. Just kind of pick which model makes the most sense for you. Obviously the one piece is out there, there's a mother load. And I think there's another loaded if I'm not mistaken, but just kind of take a look at those. Some of these are available on Headbanger Sports, others over at Easton. If you find one you want at Headbangers, it's as simple as code ADS to save you some money at checkout. If you can't find the one you're looking for, reach out to us, whether it's on averagedudeslowpitch.com or any of the social medias, and I'll help get you squared away with best price, fast shipping, kind of whatever I can do to help you out at that point. If there's anything else you might need, link trees in the description of the video. It's got all of our different links and stuff for discount codes, discount links, all that kind of stuff as well. And as always, like we said, reach out if you need any help. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for checking it out. Have a great day.